Act up. To malfunction or behave inappropriately. Synonym for act up. Misbehave, malfunction, play up, behave badly, act out, cause trouble. Her knee injury tends to act up in cold weather, causing her discomfort. The old computer started to act up again, freezing every few minutes. The computer acted up right before the important presentation. Turn against. To become hostile or unfriendly towards someone. Synonym for turn against. Become hostile, to betray, reject, oppose, revolt, against, abandon. The group turned against him when they discovered his betrayal. The community turned against the politician after learning about his involvement in the scandal. After the disagreement, she felt betrayed when her friends turned against her. Break down. To lose control emotionally or mentally. Synonym for break down. Collapse emotionally, have a breakdown, lose control, fall apart, crumble, succumb. Under the pressure of exams and personal issues, he started to break down and struggled to cope with daily tasks. After hearing the bad news, she couldn't hold back her emotions and broke down in tears. The pressure caused him to break down and cry. Give up on. To abandon hope or effort in dealing with a person or situation. Synonym for give up on. Abandon, lose faith in, forsake, cease to believe in, dismiss, surrender. After years of trying to persuade him to seek help, his family reluctantly gave up on him, overcoming his addiction. Despite numerous attempts to reconcile, she finally gave up on repairing her relationship with her estranged father. It's important not to give up on someone who is struggling. Cut off. To end a relationship abruptly or to isolate oneself. Synonym for cut off. Disconnect, sever, separate, isolate, and terminate. Fed up with his toxic behavior, she decided to cut off all communication with her ex-boyfriend. After the argument, he decided to cut off contact with his friend. When she realized the friendship was one-sided, she chose to cut off ties with her unreliable friend. Act cold. To behave in a distant or unfriendly manner. Synonym for act cold. Behave aloofly, be distant, show indifference, be unresponsive, act distant, give the cold shoulder. Whenever they crossed paths at work, she noticed him acting cold and distant, as if avoiding her. She started to act cold after the disagreement. Despite their past friendship, he began to act cold towards her after their disagreement. Shut down. To close oneself off emotionally or mentally. Synonym for shut down. Close off, block out, withdraw, become unresponsive, refuse to engage, shut oneself off. Overwhelmed by stress, he shut down emotionally, refusing to discuss his feelings with anyone. He tends to shut down when faced with criticism. After the breakup, she shut down completely, withdrawing from social interactions and isolating herself at home. Run away from. To avoid or escape from a difficult situation or responsibility. Synonym for run away from. Escape from, avoid, evade, flee, dodge, shirk. Whenever faced with difficulties, he tended to run away from his problems instead of confronting them. Feeling overwhelmed by the responsibilities of adulthood, she had the urge to run away from her obligations and start anew. It's not healthy to run away from your problems. Backstab. To betray someone, often behind their back. Synonym for backstab. Betray, stab in the back, double-cross, betrayal, deceive, sell out. She felt betrayed when she discovered her colleague had backstabbed her by taking credit for her ideas during the meeting. It's hurtful when friends backstab each other instead of being honest. Despite being close friends, he backstabbed her by spreading rumors behind her back. Act out of spite. To intentionally do something to harm or annoy someone. Synonym for act out of spite. Behave maliciously, act maliciously, act out of malice, be vengeful, act out of resentment, behave vindicatively. She broke his favorite mug out of spite during an argument. He sabotaged his co-worker's project out of spite, jealous of their recent promotion. She canceled their plans out of spite after he forgot her birthday, wanting to make him feel as hurt as she did. Turn a blind eye to. To ignore or deliberately overlook something. Synonym for turn a blind eye to. Ignore, overlook, disregard, pretend not to see. Ignore deliberately, dismiss. The manager decided to turn a blind eye to the employee's misconduct. Despite knowing about the unethical practices, the manager turned a blind eye to the situation, prioritizing profit over integrity. The supervisor chose to turn a blind eye to his subordinates' repeated tardiness, ignoring the issue instead of addressing it. Write off. To dismiss or consider something as unimportant. Synonym for write off. Disregard, ignore, dismiss, discount, invalidate, brush aside. Many critics write off his work as superficial, failing to recognize its depth and complexity. It's not healthy to write off the opinions of others without consideration. She felt frustrated when her ideas were constantly written off by her colleagues as irrelevant, undermining her contributions to the project. Tune out. To deliberately ignore or stop paying attention to someone or something. Synonym for tune out. Ignore, zone out, space out, shut out, blank out, disregard. Frustrated by the constant noise from the construction site, she put on headphones to tune out the disturbance and concentrate on her studies. When stressed, people may tune out important information. During the meeting, he decided to tune out the irrelevant discussion and focus on his own work. Give someone a hard time. To make things difficult or unpleasant for someone. Synonym for give someone a hard time. Harass, bully, torment, tease, oppress, trouble. The new employee felt that the senior staff was giving him a hard time. After the mistake in the project, her boss gave her a hard time by assigning extra tasks and closely monitoring her progress. The strict teacher gave her students a hard time with challenging assignments and high expectations. Act selfishly. To prioritize one's own interests without considering others. Synonym for act selfishly. Prioritize oneself. Put oneself first. Be self-centered. Be egocentric. Be self-serving. Act inconsiderately. She acted selfishly by taking the last piece of cake without considering if others had already had a slice. It's crucial to avoid acting selfishly in a team setting. Instead of helping her friend in need, he acted selfishly by refusing to lend a hand. Start up. To establish a new business or venture. Synonym for start up. Launch, begin, initiate, kick off, commence, establish. After years of planning, they finally decided to start up their own software development company. They decided to start up a small bakery in the neighborhood. Despite the challenges, she was determined to start up her small bakery and turn her passion for baking into a business. Break in. To use or wear something new until it becomes comfortable. Synonym for break in. Wear in, condition, season, adapt, ease, accustom. It took a few weeks of discomfort, but he eventually broke in his new shoes and found them much more comfortable. She needs to break in her new shoes before the hiking trip. The leather jacket was stiff at first, but after a few wears, she managed to break it in and make it fit perfectly. Bring in. To introduce something new or innovative. Synonym for bring in. Introduce, implement, add, incorporate, include, present. The company decided to bring in a new policy to improve employee morale. The company decided to bring in a new policy for employee benefits. The school plans to bring in guest speakers to provide insights into different careers. Phase in. To introduce gradually or implement in stages. Synonym for phase in. Implement gradually, introduce incrementally, roll out, gradually introduce, stage in, integrate progressively. The government intends to phase in the new tax regulations over the next 3 years. The organization will phase in the use of renewable energy sources to reduce its carbon footprint gradually. The new software will be phased in over the next few months. Ring in. To celebrate the arrival of something new, often referring to the new year. Synonym for ring in. Celebrate, welcome, mark the arrival of, commemorate, honor, toast. The community rings in the holiday season with a festive parade. We will ring in the new year with a grand party. We ring in the new year with fireworks and celebrations. Take on. To accept or adopt a new responsibility or challenge. Synonym for take on. Undertake, assume, shoulder, embrace, tackle, adopt. The manager is hesitant to take on additional responsibilities amidst his busy schedule. She decided to take on the challenge of learning a new language. She decided to take on a new role in the project. Bring on. To cause or initiate something, often referring to a new experience. Synonym for bring on. Cause, trigger, prompt, initiate, generate, incite. Certain foods can bring on allergic reactions in sensitive individuals. The change in weather brought on a cold. The new job brought on a wave of exciting opportunities for career advancement. Check out. To explore or investigate something new. Synonym for check out. Explore, investigate, examine, look into, research, inspect. Let's check out that new restaurant everyone's been talking about. Before making a purchase, it's essential to check out customer reviews online. We should check out the new restaurant that opened downtown. Try out. To test or experiment with something new. Synonym for try out. Experiment with, test, sample, trial, pilot, experience. He decided to try out a new fitness routine. He decided to try out a new fitness regimen to see if it would suit his lifestyle. Before committing to a subscription, you can try out the service with a free trial. Phase out. To gradually eliminate or discontinue something. Synonym for phase out. Discontinue, eliminate, withdraw, retire, abolish, cease. As technology advances, older models of smartphones are gradually phased out. The company plans to phase out the use of single-use plastics by the end of the year. The company plans to phase out the old software version. Break into. To enter a new field or industry. Synonym for break into. Enter, access, penetrate, intrude, gain entry to infiltrate. It can be challenging for new authors to break into the literary world. After years in finance, he decided to break into the tech industry. She hopes to break into the fashion industry with her unique designs. Set up. To arrange or establish something new. Synonym for set up. Establish, arrange, organize, form, construct, install. He decided to set up his own business after years of working for others. The team worked tirelessly to set up the new office space before the deadline. They helped set up a new library in the community. Bring up. To mention or introduce a new topic in a conversation. Synonym for bring up. Raise, mention, introduce, broach, refer to, talk about. He decided to bring up the idea of a team retreat. I didn't want to interrupt, but I felt it was important to bring up the issue of budget constraints. During the meeting, Sarah brought up the idea of implementing flexible work hours. Flesh out. To develop or add details to something new. Synonym for flesh out. Expand, elaborate, develop, add details to, enrich, amplify. The team needs to flesh out the new marketing strategy. Before presenting the proposal to investors, they decided to flesh out the financial projections. The architect needed to flesh out the initial design concept with more detailed plans. Draw up. To create or formulate plans, often referring to something new. Synonym for draw up. Formulate, create, draft, compose, prepare, write up. The architect is drawing up plans for a new building. The legal team was tasked with drawing up a contract for the new partnership agreement. After much discussion, they finally drew up a comprehensive business plan for the startup. You can find playlists for various languages in the video description. To practice the vocabulary, you are encouraged to explore our various apps. Links to these are also included in the description. If you found something new or interesting, feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section and provide your valuable feedback. And please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel for more educational content.